Hey, Man's back with box number 10 of my Hunt and Fill series to fill those albums. So after this box, I'll take whatever candidates I find, add them to the ones in the tubes, and then put the best ones in the book. And we can see how well 10 boxes fills those 3 albums. So let's do a live opening on this box and make sure we have circulated pennies. And we do. So I'm going to pull them out of the box, see if I find any enders, and I'll be back when I have something good to show you. So there were no enders. I did notice a 1968 Canadian. So what I'm going to be looking for here are Indian head scents. I found my first one in the last hunt. Any and all wheat scents, especially those in the 30s and before. All the foreigns. Let's see if we can get more wheat scents than Canadians. It hasn't happened yet. We'll also look for varieties, airs, all the 09s, copper for the copper jar, and nice coins to go in those books. So, since I have you here, we'll do the first roll live. Alright, nothing stands out on that first roll. I'll be back when I have something to show you. I'm already into the 9th roll, and I got my first real find. It was wheat side up and kind of has that older look to it. Not in too bad a shape. Some detail on those wheat stalks. Oh, 41. We'll take it. Previously, I found a 56 Denver and 6 Canadians. I'll give a recap of the Canadians at the end. This is the very next roll, number 10. And I saw what it was, but I haven't seen the date yet. KG6. Nice shape. Earlier the better. 43 wartime. That's a good find. In that same roll, number 10, this one snuck up on me. See if I can even... You can tell it's a wheat scent. I've already seen it. Can you see it? Let me give you a better picture. $1947 San Francisco. We'll take it. Wish it looked better. This is the 12th roll. And I'm not even bothering to show you in the roll because you had the 47S in terrible shape, and I got the 46S in terrible shape. I wonder if I'm into some sort of a dump. Well, this is turning out to be an interesting box. This is 13 rolls in, and I saw this one staring up at me. So that's a 1920 with a mint mark. And to me that looks like a San Francisco. And when I put it on the scope, it's still not clear. Let me center it on there a little better. It's definitely not a Denver. So I'm going to call that a 20 San Francisco in, well, it's got to be AG. All right, roll 14. And these last 4 rolls have been rather good. So the first thing right out in front, this is 1937, Philadelphia. And I don't know if you can see the tops of the wheat stalks, but it's all there. So that's probably a VF. And I noticed too, look at that, another KG6. This one's in good shape. Remember to flip it the right way, a 45. 2 wartime KG6s. So I think I'm into some sort of a little dump. I hope it continues, and I wish I wouldn't have pulled the rolls out of the box to check for enders, because then I lost the order that they were packed. So this could just end at any time. Okay, this is the same roll, and I don't know if you can see it. Look at that. It's gonna be late 50s. 58 Denver. So I'm on the 20th roll. And when I spread them out, saw a little wheat stalk sticking out. So I thought we'd see that together. It's a 1945 Philly. Well, so much for being optimistic. I only have 7 rolls left. So this would be roll 43. The last one I showed you I was on roll 20. So it's been 23 rolls since I found something decent to show you. And it is pretty good. I saw what it is. I didn't see the date yet. And it's my second Indian head. Again, in terrible shape. 1897. AG with environmental damage. As a matter of fact, let me look for the one I found in my last hunt. Yeah, I think these had life together before. Pretty much the same shape. Yeah, I'll take them. A few other finds I found in the meantime were 2 1951 Denvers, another KG6. This one's a 51. And I don't even want to hold this thing. I know I should wear gloves, but they make my hands break out. So, but this one, I'm going to make an exception, because that's a 1968 San Francisco, and the only thing wrong with it is that carbon spot in the back of his neck. Just a beautiful coin. And I know everybody likes to hoard up those 69 S's, but the 68 San Francisco is almost half the mintage of the 69 San Francisco. So the mintage on the 1968 is 261 million. The mintage on the 69 San Francisco is 547 million. So I think these are more attractive to hoard up than the 69 S's. I know it doesn't have the great DDO everybody wants, but still. Anyway, I think that's my favorite find so far. I just spread out roll 47 and some potential. I found two with the wheat ears looking up at me. So this is the first one here. A 30, wow. Gotta like that. We had one more. Where are you? There you are. That one looks a little newer. Wow. 39 San Francisco. Good roll. Roll 48. And I saw this bent one when I opened the roll. Didn't even really want to look at it. But it is a wheat with the ears showing at me, so let's take a look. Man, is that ugly. Look how it's bent. I don't know if you can tell. There you go. Better be old. Can't even see the date. 1917 Denver. Boy, do I even want to put that in the book? I'll decide later. I am down to roll 50 of the 10th box, the 500th roll of this Hunt and Fill. So I'll open up this one live. We'll see if we have any parting gifts, as Rob would say. And well, looky there. A 1945 Philadelphia. All right. Take care of that last roll. I'll go through my checkers. Then I'll be back with a wrap-up of the box and then we can fill those albums. Okay, I got it all cleaned up. To start, I got the 3 3/4 pounds of copper. It's kind of my average. I did find on the scope there this 1961 RPM. Now there is a 501 that's a triple RPM, but this is not it, going by the markers. I do think this is one of the triple ones, but when you look on Variety Vista, there are 72 of them. And 32 more down here. So I got to do more research on it. I've looked probably 20 minutes and I can't identify it. So I'll do more on that later. So for the Canadians, I had 3 King George VI, 2 from the wartime. I had 3 young heads. I had 8 bronze cents, and I had 2 post-bronze, including, this is a commemorative from 2002 commemorating the Queen's 50th anniversary on the throne. So no date on the maple leaf side. So these are my older finds. I have that 1897 Indian head cent that's seen better days, a 1917 Denver that's bent and ugly, a 1920 San Francisco that has a damaged mint mark, a 1930, a 1937, I had a 1939 San Francisco that I think turns out to be the best of the wheats. Also got a 41 and 2 45s. These ugly ones are a 46 San Francisco and a 47 San Francisco. If you notice, that one, and that 17 all kind of look like the same damage. So I think that those were part of the dump. I think these 5 were. And just a few in the 50s, 2 51Ds, a 56D, and a very nice red 58D. But the find of the hunt is this 1968 San Francisco. The only thing wrong with it I see is that carbon spot on the back of his neck. This is too good to go in a book. I think those cardboard books over time discolor these. Some people say it actually contributes to toning, but I believe it's an artificial toning. So anyway, I'm setting this one aside. I do have one to replace it that's not as nice. So my next step is to take these wheat cents and compare them to the wheat cents I had already collected, and we'll start to populate that first book. And I'll be back when I have that. So I've been keeping the spreadsheet as I've been going, and I've been keeping track of the Indian head cents, the wheat cents up to 1939, the wheats from 40 to 58, and the Canadians up to 1967, and how much copper I got. So the first box was low on copper, but I had my most wheat cents until the last box. And I actually had 5 before 1939. I think it was that ugly dump. and so a total of 13. So, and 3 3/4 pounds of copper. So over the 10 boxes, I've been averaging 3 2/3 pounds, which is a lot more than I see other people getting. This is album 1, and it goes from 1909 to 1940. And I ended up with 9 of the 89. We'll start with this 09. 1914. That ugly 1917 Denver. The common 1919. 1920 San Francisco with the questionable mint mark. 1930. 1937. 1939 San Francisco, which I think is the best coin in this book so far. It's probably a VF. And this 1940. So we got just under 10%. On to the next one. This is the second album, and it goes from 1941 to 1974 San Francisco. It did not have the small dates, so I put them in there. Luckily, I had 3 spots. So, we'll start from the beginning. I'm not going to go and show all of talk about the coins, but get a good look. There's that ugly 46 San Francisco and that ugly 47 San Francisco. But that 47 San Francisco, that's my lowest mintage one in the book. And this is the last book. It goes from 1975 to 2013. All look pretty good. There'll be some I want to upgrade, like that 82 copper small. I don't know why I haven't found an 82 zinc large date. There's a few like that. There's another one. Why couldn't I find a 93D? I just wasn't looking. And the same for that 05 Denver. But all in all, not too shabby. And here's how they all look together. So 9 out of 89 in the first book. 63 out of 90 in the second book. And 86 out of 89 in the last book. So more than half. So that makes a total of 158 out of 268, which is 59%. Not great, not terrible. In a video coming up, I'm going to do this exact same thing with nickels. So I hope you join me for that. Until then, Mattman's out. If you're getting any value at all out of this, please subscribe. Hit that like button. share it with your friends, and hit that notification bell. Thank you very much.